Okay. Can you hear me now, Doc? Can you hear me now? Oh. Thank you, thank you for that. Okay. So, I was saying earlier that did you know that getting just 1 hour less sleep than your body needs can reduce your focus and productivity by up to 30%? So, your sleep is really important. And did you also know that eating a nutritious breakfast can boost your mood and your energy levels significantly? I was also sharing earlier that taking a 30 minutes brisk walk, just as little as that, can reduce every symptom of depression and low moods by up to 47%, because what it does is that it produces endorphins. That's like the feel good hormones in your body that makes you feel good and boosts your mood and your energy levels for the next day. So, if you do not know already, you are a spirit, you have a soul, and your soul is where your emotions lie, which is like the feeling part of your soul. It's the senses of your soul. It's where your intellect lies and where your mind lies. That's when it has to do with your intellect and your mental status or your mental state. Now, it can just be likened to a car. Now, for a car, we can see that the body of the car is like the beauty, is the wipers and all the other parts of it that really make the car come out and look really beautiful and accepted by a lot of people. But the car is not the body only. So the body of the car is just a part of the car. The engine and the internal workings of the car can be likened to the soul. It's like when a nut or a knob in the engine isn't working properly, it affects the motion of the car, or things don't go right. But in unity between the engine and the body, the car is able to function properly. Then you, the driver, or whoever is driving, is like the spirit, is the one that controls everything, making sure that everything works in unison in achieving the goal of movement from one space or one end of the world to the other. So what happens when you don't sleep? I just want to talk a bit about your sleep sanctuary. Now, when you don't sleep, when you don't have enough sleep, your reaction time is slowed down and you get to have more accidents. So it's obvious that when, for an example, the doctors, they are always giving their downtimes. They even have places where they can just go back and have a short nap, to boost their energy levels, and they come back to work even when they're on shifts and all that. So that is an opportunity for them to be able to focus and improve their, productivity, and where there are less accidents. Now, another thing that happens when you don't sleep is that judgment and concentration is impaired. So when you're not having enough sleep, obviously you're unable to make better judgments or accurate judgments per time. Then your immune system is also suppressed and it increases the risks of illness. So have you noticed that times when probably you've had a long time when you didn't sleep, it seems like any small sickness that is in the environment, just you just catch it, and it's like your body is telling you, I haven't had enough immune boosters in my system by sleeping. And there is also something that happens when you don't sleep. I mean, if you're with me when you watch this video, just put your hands and like, I feel you or something. Because when you don't sleep well, you notice that you tend to eat more. Who is there? Who feels me on that one? Because what happens is that there is a release of appetite stimulating hormones that consequently result in weight gain, because obviously you want to eat more. So those late nights that you stay, you notice that when you are awake or when your body has not rested well, you are reaching out for more food than it actually needs per time, and obviously affects your hormone and all that. So one of the things I want to encourage for your sleep sanctuary is that your healthy sleep routine. It should include some of the following. Just find the one that you are lagging behind on, and you can, be able to pick up on that. One is to know your best time. There are people who are morning morning, they are morning people. Some people are, they start waking up around afternoon. They are awake, but they are not yet at their best. They are not at their optimal until it's getting to like afternoon time. Some people are actually more awake in the evening. So find out the time that is best for you as an individual. That's why we don't make generalized statements as to say you must sleep in the morning, you must sleep at night. And then also based on maybe your work schedule or your academic structure, find out what is most suitable for you. Then adjust your sleep schedule slowly. Don't just rush and say, oh, I'm going to start sleeping 5 hours or 6 hours or 7 hours, and you've not been sleeping that much or that less. So adjust it slowly. Don't rush into it. Be consistent with your sleep schedule. So if we say, I want to go to bed at so time, make sure that at that time you have your alarms, you have your people that can hold you accountable. Like, you're supposed to be sleeping by this time. If I have a family member that once it's 8:30, there is nothing you're calling her to do that she's going to be able to do for you, because she has logged out for the day. And as early as 3 a.m., she's up because she has had her optimal sleep level for herself. Check your caffeine intake. Please try to minimize, check it, because a lot of times we take a lot of, boosters to help us wake up, and then we don't take things that will help us slow down or that reduces the effect of caffeine in our system. So please check your caffeine if intake. It affects your sleep sanctuary. Then I want to encourage you to please swap Netflix and chat for meditation and chill. I'll go again. Swap Netflix and chat for meditation and chill. So what we do when we are constantly in front of the screen, in front of those rays on our eyes, it keeps us alert, it keeps us awake. So there are times, have you noticed that even when you've closed your eyes and you want to sleep, you're still sensitive to the light in the environment. And at that time, your brain is still actively working, so it's unable to slow down because it's trying to pick all the sensory, signals that is receiving, that is coming to it. So you need to swap some of the excess TV time for meditation and chill. So that should be time when you reflect on your day, what happened, and take stock of your day, slow down. You could even read a book or read something calming, listen to calming music. And another thing I want to encourage is keep it quiet, like I just said. Then, because I was talking to to students, if you're a student, obviously, don't give in to exam anxiety. One of the things my lecturers taught me early on was when you're in that exam period, that should be the time when you sleep more. Because when you sleep, your body relaxes and rests. It's like you have a boost of study, then you slow down and sleep or take a short nap. At that point, your brain allowing what you have studied to go deep down into your memory system. And then what you need when you are rested and you are awake, you're able to remember most of what you have studied. So I want to encourage you to practice deep breathing. You can see my video on how to practice deep breathing. It's just very simple. What we're doing is taking air in from your nostrils and releasing it gently from your lips, because it's in that process is activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the place of relaxation. The sympathetic nervous system is activated when there is something going on that you need to fight, for fright or for flight. So when you take in deep breaths, it's telling your body to calm down. So let's just practice just once. If you've not watched the video, go and watch the video. But just taking deep breaths from your nostrils, you can hold it for a few seconds and then breathe out. Trust me, I feel good already. 80% of people who practice this, in sessions that I have with people, end up saying that they feel a bit sleepy or they feel calm. So, how did you feel when you practiced it? The second aspect of the mind body balance is so I go again. Your food affects your mood, and your mood affects the food you reach out for. So, one of the things I want to encourage you is eat balanced diet. I know that the economy is not helping out, but there are ways that we can, balance in or fit in healthier eating. One of the things you can even do, I was encouraging, a group of women when I was talking with them, is have your own small gardens, that gives you those little extra, leaves and herbs that add nourishment to your meal per day. And that's something that anyone can have even in their rooms. You can have it in any small space. So eat balanced diet, then avoid processed food as much as possible, because what processed food does for you is that it pumps your system with processed sugars and your body just receives it in, and it's like a deception. It makes you feel like you're full, you're well nourished, but your body is not getting what it really needs. And I want to remind you that science has proven that by researching on your gut, biomes, the organisms in your stomach, in your bowels, we can tell what the state of your mental health is. Okay, you said number two. Number two again is nourishing your mind and your body. And we're talking about the kind of food you take that nourishes your mind. So I was just saying right now that it has research and science has proven that we can tell your mental status by the composition of what is in your bowels. Yes, I don't know if that was amazing for you, but when I first heard it, when I first saw the research, I was like, oh, this is how it are there times when you're just so excited, like maybe something is going on and you just reach out for that soda, or and then it's like, boom, you're on another level. So what it does is that what's going on your inside actually prepares your mind. So please be careful. Take, like, when you're taking it in, I know you wouldn't want to spend up to 10 million or maybe $5,000 on a beautiful car. And when you get it, you go put water in the fuel tank. I mean, why would you want to do that? That's not what that car needs to function properly. So take care of your body as well, because giving your body what it needs to function properly actually helps you function properly. Increase your omega-3 fatty acids, obviously. Limit sugar and caffeine, like I said earlier when I was talking about your sleep cycle. Stay hydrated and eat your colors. When I put this eat your colors, when I was preparing this and I was talking with some students, they were like, eat your colors. How do you mean, are we eating? It just simply means have different colors of meals in your plate. So you have the reds, which actually help your heart. You have the reds include the beetroot, the carrots are the orange colors. They have because of those colors, they have things, parts, organs in your body that they help to function properly. So stay hydrated. Please try to drink more water. Your body is over 70% composition of water. Like, it tells on your skin texture, it tells on your hair, tells on your eyes, it tells the functioning of your organs. So give your organs the water that it needs. I don't want to enter the quality of water, but just drink a lot of water, please do. Increase brain boosting supplements. So for a student, and obviously for people who are constantly, mentally alert or mentally active, do you notice that there are times when you've worked so much and probably you've not even moved around, you've not done physical work, but mental work actually drains you. You just get so hungry and tired. It happens a lot to me. So one of the things that you can do is include brain boosting supplements. They are all available. I'm not advertising anyone, just find them. Practice mindful eating. So a lot of times we rush our meals. I'm going to be talking about mindfulness in the next point, but one of the things you can do is take your time to have your meal. Savor the meal. Oh, I can sense cinnamon in this meal. I can sense, just try your senses. That process actually helps your body to break down the food. It gives you enough time for your body to break down the food that you are eating. So practice mindful eating. Plan and prepare your meals. I know for a student, it could be like draining and distracting. For people who work a lot of times you're probably not you don't have those meals you want to eat handy. But when you plan ahead of time, okay, today I want to have a plate of beans with this and that. So you already know ahead of time, even if you have to buy your meals, you already know ahead of time what you are going to eat. Someone asks, is it possible to drink too much water? No, I don't think it's possible to drink too much water, but take enough. It's recommended that at least 8 glasses of water per day. 8 glasses of water, that adds up to about 4 liters, depending on the size of the glass. So if the glass is, say, 50 ml glass, I think 8 glasses of water adds up to about 4 liters of water throughout the day. It's encouraged when it has to do with meals and you're eating. Take at least a glass of water 30 minutes before your meals and 30 minutes after your meal. It's not really because what water does in between the meal. I know you should have water while you're eating, obviously, in case it's spicy or something and you're choking. Obviously, have water, but don't incorporate it into everything, just goes in. It kind of douses the effect of the digestive enzymes on the food. So the enzymes are not as concentrated as they should be to help the food digest as fast as possible. Another thing that I also encourage when you're taking water, I know for those that are in the hot climate, if I give you this suggestion, you'll be like, excuse me, why should I be drinking warm water? Please try and avoid a lot of cold water. Try and avoid a lot of cold water. One of the things that it does is that it reduces the release of digestive fluids. Okay, and even when it's I mean, try putting, you know, that's why the fridge is designed as a storage space. So when you're taking cold water with your meal, you're taking cold water after your meal, you're taking cold water all the time. It's just telling the body to store the food. And when the body stores the food for so long, what happens? You know, excess fats is absorbed into the system. I don't want to go into the science of water, the quality of the water you take. Like I said earlier, please try and take more warm water or at least room temperature water when you are eating. And obviously, please seek professional guidance if you have particular health challenges. I encourage you to take dark chocolate. It has antioxidants for your mood. And when I say dark chocolate, I don't mean there is milk chocolate that has that has been browned up. You know, it's milk chocolate with a lot of sugar and has been browned up. But there's this one I'm not advertising for them, but that's something I use often is Dunes. So they have different, chocolate. They have different kinds of dark chocolate. Dark chocolate, please, I mean dark chocolate. Don't go eating caramel, sugar in the chocolate. It has antioxidants. It's made from cocoa. It has antioxidants for your mood, for memory, and for attention. I also encourage that you try taking warm cocoa. If you want to sleep well, try taking a spoon of warm cocoa, just cocoa. If you want to add maybe milk, a little, and sugar, obviously sweetener. For those that have very sweet tooth, my dentist will soon ask me what I'm talking about sweets. Then next we take a lot of eggs. Yes, eggs. Very true. Take a lot of eggs, but reduce the frying if possible. Reduce the frying, please. Try to soft boil, hard boil your eggs. Then take fermented yogurt. It has probiotics, magnesium, potassium, and vitamin D. All these I'm talking about things that can boost your mental health by what you eat. Then eat meat. Leafy vegetables. Leafy vegetables include lettuce, we have broccoli, we have, okay, no, not broccoli, we have spinach. There are quite a lot of them, so go ahead. Nuts, beans, and seeds. In fact, nuts have high dose of magnesium. It has a lot of brain. It helps with your brain oxygen. Nuts. I tell people often that I'm nuts about nuts. Macadamia. Once it is a nut, it is. That's it. It's for me. And I've noticed how it has helped even with children and young ones who are studying. A lot of nuts, please. It also has quite a lot of fiber that helps, make you full over time. Take your colorful fruits and veggies and obviously seafood. Okay, number three I want to talk about is rest and relaxation. When we talk about rest and relaxation, a lot of people feel like, especially when I work with workaholics, is that addiction to work for whatever reason. So many reasons why people are addicted to working, and the feeling that once someone is lying down and resting, this person is lazy. In the climate where I have quite a number of my clients, in Africa, there's that tendency to feel that once you're lying down, you're not reading, you're not doing this, you're not working actively, physically, then you are lazy. That's not true. It's a myth. I don't even want to get into the issue of work and workaholism. But taking micro breaks, lunchtime breaks, and longer breaks has all have all shown to have positive relationship with your well-being and your productivity. So we're talking about micro breaks could include 3 to 10, 3 to 30 minutes breaks. Your lunchtime breaks could be from 1 hour to maybe 2 hour breaks, and then longer breaks. Longer breaks could be as long as 3 months, 1 month, and that's why a lot of times when in the academia, when people have studied for so long, they take a study break, or when people have worked for so long, they take a study break where they can slow down, do more of research, and travel to some different place. So longer breaks can be quite long depending on how you see them. Now, studies have found that breaks can reduce or prevent stress. Yes, and it helps you maintain performance throughout the day and reduces the need for long recovery at the end of the day. So, what we do a lot of times is that we just um, work ourselves for hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. We're working, and then we're so exhausted at the end of the day that you don't even have some explanation at the end of this particular, like when you have pulled a rubber band for so long and you leave it to come back and regain its tensile strength. Yeah, I think I remember my physics. I think that was it, right? Okay, so some of the tips I want to encourage you to do, to practice is agree on break times with your peers and help each other to stick with break time. So you see where social support comes in. It could be your colleagues, it could be your spouse, it could be your children. Yes, as much as my children. So anyone that has my most of the young ladies I mentor, because sometimes they just check me up like, have you rested today? Have you done this? Because I want them to be my accountability system. Where they ask me what's going on. Have you rested? You don't look okay. Yes, and then I now go back and check what have I not done right that I have been preaching that I have not practiced. So have an accountability system and agree on a set time that you take breaks. Set an alarm on your phone to prompt you. The way you set those alarms to remind you for the meeting, to wake you up in the morning, please set an alarm on your phone to prompt you to take a break. Yes, that's how it's done. I once worked in a Chinese organization, and one of the things that I appreciate that they do there was and is as well. I've researched some other organizations in China. One of the things that they do, yes, shout out to my Chinese colleagues. Okay, so one of the things that they do is they take a break. Like when it is break time, the lights are switched off. Yes, and they create these convertible chair beds, kind of, that you can just stretch out and lie down and have a power nap. So set an alarm. The way they set an alarm for your lunch break, set an alarm for a break time for yourself. Then plan to do something in your break that you enjoy. Now, the anticipation of that pleasure will motivate you to keep to the break. Oh, during my break, I'm going to go say hi to that lady I like. That kind of thing. Just think of something. If you don't know what to do during your break, I've done a video on 50 ways to take a break. So you just search for it in the description. I will just add it once I'm done with this video. Then pay attention to any benefits that you experience when you take a break. This will motivate you to take breaks in the future. So if you're the kind that you don't know how to take a break, please seek professional help. We're here to help you. That's why we are here. Okay? But look out for the things that will motivate you, like the beautiful experience you had. Oh, when I had that short nap. One of the things I do when I take something that you can do when you take a break, just look out for the pleasure of what you gain from taking that break. Now, resting is Rest is productivity. Rest is not going away from the work. Rest is part of the work. I want to remind you and I want to say it again. Rest is productive work. Yes, it is. It is not, it's just knowing the amount of time you take away to rest. I always encourage the 6 to 1 ratio for rest. So I say if you've worked 6 hours, you can take an hour break. If you've worked 60 minutes, you can take 10 minutes break. If you've worked, 6 minutes, you can take a minute break. So these are things that you can do. I always encourage the 6 to 1 ratio because the person I worship, the God I worship, created the whole universe in 6 days and he took 1 day break. For me, that's a principle, that's a management principle, and it's a rest principle that I love to apply. And I've seen it work for a lot of people. Resting is a part of the work. Please remember, even if you found yourself with much more time than usual, don't force yourself too much. Taking a break is necessary. It plays a vital role in achieving your purpose. The fourth point I want to mention in your mind body balance is movement and mindfulness. My M's, my fun M's. Movement and mindfulness. These are my M and M's. Like they're just colorful parts of of the conversation that I love to bring in. Regular physical exercise like yoga or brisk walking increases blood flow to the brain, enhancing cognitive functions and focus. So, some researchers have done a research on sitting for too long or staying immobile for too long, and it's not good for your health. So some of the things you can do, like one of the doctors that I follow, one of the things she prescribed is it tells on the way the ergonomics, what we call ergonomics is the psychology of the arrangement of your room or psychology that merges with engineering. She doesn't put her phone close to the desk. So if she has a call, she has to get up, walk to where the phone is and take the call. And I was like, oh, I like that. That's something because one of the things that technology has done for us, it's always handy. Like almost everything is handy. You don't have to get up to cook anymore. No matter what you want, you can just go online and just order it and they bring it directly to your doorstep. It's remaining for us to have robots that would even be feeding us while we're eating. And it's killing us. So exercise can help you clear mental clutter. Now, I want to encourage you if you want to concentrate better, move around. Move around. You're having academic pressure. Sometimes you just see me, I just like I'm about to enter an exam hall. For me to relax, I'll just be walking around the exam hall. Some people wonder, like, what's up with this lady? Why is she doing this? It helps me relax. And I'm actively, it's not like whenever I'm preparing, I'm living with anyone. In the morning, no matter how whatever, there are people to do everything. I am up and moving constantly. That's a way that you can incorporate movement. Now, mindfulness is a basic human ability to be fully present, to be aware of where you are and what you are doing at that point, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. Excuse me. So now, engaging in mindfulness practices can significantly reduce stress and anxiety levels. Mindfulness helps you acknowledge and manage your emotions, leading to you becoming calmer and having more balanced mental state. So I go again. Mindfulness is being present in the moment, being here now. So I'm here with you. We're having this conversation. I'm talking to you. What's going on with me? How am I feeling? Am I tensed up? These are practices I will teach you in therapy. So obviously, book for your session. I'm not going to give you everything here. Obviously, I won't. Here are 12 practical ways you can practice mindfulness. Very simple ways you can practice mindfulness. One is take a mindful brain break, like where you're not thinking anything again. Just take a break. Mindfully take a break. That workload that you have to finish right now, your boss is on your head and you are stuck, you're in a rut. When you're stuck and you're in a rut, Please take a break. Thank you, Doc Spencer, for joining us. Then practice breathing techniques. I've given you one earlier in the video. So breathe in, breathe out, and that's it. Check in with your emotions. That's a way to practice mindfulness. What am I feeling right now? I have an emotions wheel up here in my where I am. I'll maybe probably share it with you. Am I feeling sad, happy, excited, forgotten, depressed, hopeless, irritated? What are you feeling? Check in with your emotions. Then recite your positive affirmations. That's something you can do during your mindful break, or that's something you can do mindfully. I am beautiful. I am blessed. I am loved. I am more than enough. I have what it takes to survive and surmount this. These are, affirmations, depending on what you're going through. And you can join us live for any of our affirmation sessions. We do that early in the mornings, by 5 a.m. Nigerian time. So thank you. Use your senses to observe an object. Like, look beyond what that thing was. Okay, so if, for an example, I'm observing my hand, like, oh, it feels a bit rough. It feels smooth. It feels soft. I'm taking time to, what does it look like? What does it smell like? What can I hear? You'll be shocked that you may even be able to feel your pulse just by taking a mindful break. Of course, you can mindfully listen to music, spend extra time outside, and look around at things you had not seen before. So observe something different. Then we have guided imagery for relaxation. That's something you can also do. And then there's this fun one that I love. No one said that colors and crayons are for children only. Please, if you love drawing, draw some art, do some art, or admire art. I mean, it helps you relax. So all right, the fifth one I want to share, and that will be the last for this session, is your self-care sanctuary. That is something that is very important for your, it's very, very important for your mind-body balance. Very important. And because I not just because I'm a lady, I talk with a lot of women who are overwhelmed, like who are stuck. And this is one of the areas I love to focus on, because this is something that I see practical, solutions whenever we're stuck. Think about the places in your life where you feel most comfortable. We're talking about your sanctuary, your self care sanctuary. It talks about your safe place. Your safe place could be, you know, like a place where you can be yourself, where you are you, no judgments, no arguments, no competition, you are just you. Now, this could be places like your bedroom, like a favorite park, or even a certain chair in your living room. These are all examples of safe places. Now, these are areas where you feel at ease and you are free to express yourself without fear of judgment or harm. Do you have a safe place? When you watch this video, please check. Do you have a safe place? You may have, and you don't even know that it's there. Now, people can also be your safe places, right? These are individuals with whom you feel comfortable talking and can be yourself without fear of judgment or rejection. Now, safe people could be friends, they could be family members, they could be teachers, therapists like us, mentors, or anyone who makes you feel supported and understood. Why are we talking about your safe place? Because a lot of us do not take care of ourselves. Your safe place is a place you run to when you are overwhelmed. It's like when the daily life, the hassles of daily living is taking its toll on you. You have that place where you can retreat to refresh, refire, renew, and then move out again for the world. So I'm just going to give you some self-care tips. Very important self-care tips. One is check your physical condition. That's your physical health. Please go do a checkup. Put it in your budget for a checkup. You're not just checking your blood pressure and checking your blood sugar. Please Check the blood, the triglycerides as well, because sometimes there are sicknesses that are caused as a result of increased triglycerides in your system. Yes, check your obviously check your blood, check are there proteins in your blood, check that up. Then do general physical condition check. What's going on with you? The second thing that you have to do is accept yourself. Love yourself first, I beg you. You are the worst in this world. You have done all the evil things there are to do. But start by accepting this is where I am now. I'm not saying you should stay here or stay the way you are. But this is where I am at now. This is who I am now. Accept yourself, please. The way you would want someone to feel empathy towards you feel empathy, or you have empathy to someone else, someone that is struggling. Please have empathy for yourself. That's self-compassion. Then awareness, become aware of your environment, become aware of who you are. A self-aware person is a person that is on the journey to wholeness. And remember, we're talking about wholeness here. Become aware of yourself. The next thing that is very important, like I mentioned earlier, is kindness. Be kind to yourself and then be kind to others. It starts from being kind to yourself. Some people are so judgmental of themselves, they don't accept themselves, and so they give it off to the world as if that is all they have to offer. I know that's not all you have to offer. Me, I know it's not all you have to offer. You have it within you, so please be kind. Then check your choices. There is my regular quote when it has to do with some young people that are around me is, your choices are yours. Your actions are based on your choices. Nobody made you do nothing. You chose to take that action. So check your choices. What choices have I made that have gotten me to where I am? What choices can I make that will get me to where I want to go? You can see my video where I was talking about your real self and your ideal self. Check your choices. Then pay attention to yourself and then check your priorities. What are the things that are most important to me? What are my values? When I show up, what do I want people to know me for? These are very important because a lot of times we're afraid of being with ourselves. We're afraid of being ourselves. And so we are stuck in a rut. Start with yourself. Be okay being with yourself. Talk to yourself by yourself. Call your name and say, you are good. Look yourself in the mirror and say, you are good. You're getting there. You're not perfect, but you're a work in progress. Then exercise curiosity and exploration about yourself. Like, what are you even thinking? What are you made of? Fine, ask questions. When we talk about anger management and some other emotional management, courses, some of the things that I do in session is we explore the whys. I call them the 5 whys. You're digging deep to know why this is happening. Why did you react this way? Okay, I reacted this way because this happened. Why did this happen? Why? Until you get to the root of it. So exercise curiosity and exploration about who you are, what you are really made of. Now, that's something we call SWOT analysis. You're checking your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats that are affecting you. Then learn to slow down. Also, take invest in communities. Invest in communities. I have a WhatsApp community where we talk mental health, and it's a no holds barred kind of place, but it's a no judgment space as well, where you just come and express yourself. Nobody is putting you must be like this. This mental health status is because of this. No, we're just talking. So I want to just do a quick recap. I want you to remember that taking care of your mental health is essential for your mental well being. I started by saying you are a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in a body. So it's very important, just like the car. The body of the car is important to take care of it. It's also important to check the engine. Also, it's important to check who the driver is, which is your soul, your spirit, who is manipulating all the other elements to make sure that that car is fulfilling what it was designed to fulfill. So take care of your physical health because it's very essential for your mental well-being. I also mentioned during the course that small changes in daily habits can significantly impact your mental health. Just a little tweak, one little thing at a time. Oh, I'm going to add an extra color to my meals. I don't eat this color and I'm going to add an extra color to my meal. That's just one little tweak over time is like a compounding effect that small habits have on helping you become who you are meant to be and achieve what you were designed to achieve in life. Prioritizing self care is a sign of strength. It's not a weakness, please. Prioritize self care. It shows that you are strong. Asking for help when you need it does not mean you are weak. It just means that I know myself and I know I can't handle this. I need help. I need support. That's why I talked about community. Um, Mind body harmony is achievable through simple, sustainable practices. Rest is productivity. I said rest is productivity. Rest is part of the work. Rest is not an end to the work, especially for people who are struggling with the inability to stop working. And at the end of the day, they are stressed out and they are burnt out. Mm. Make a decision today to take one simple action, just one. What one action are you going to take from the five that, there are so many tips I've shared in the course of this study. I hope that these tips you can use these tips to take care of your body and nurture your mind. Of course, I'm always available, with our emails. You can send us an email if you want to join the community, like I mentioned earlier, a WhatsApp community where we help to nurture your mental health and ensure that you have a total wellness and well-being. So we're available for you. I remain Ebere Chukwuona, your mental health bestie. Join us in our next live when we will be discussing stress management tips. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much, Doc from US, for joining us. And for everyone who joined, thank you, Alex. I'm so grateful. And for everyone who would watch and drop your comments, always, we love to hear from you. Send us your comments, drop your, let's just hear from you. Let's know what you're thinking. In between the videos, we just dropped some questions. You can just drop your answers, your opinion about those questions. Thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye and see you another time.